I'm going to show you how to use watercolors to make some beautiful marks, which later we can scan into Photoshop and use to enhance our illustration. So first of all, I'm going to put out a little bit of my inks. I'm using Ecoline watercolor inks. They're really easy to mix and they have beautiful, vibrant colors. So I'm going to jump straight in with the large brush and I'm going to make some marks using the colors that I've selected here. So we're going to get a few different effects for later on when we scan them in. So first of all, I'm going to make a few different shapes using the really simple blue, and then we'll add a little few dots of the other colors and see how they blend together. We're going to try a little bit more of the other blue there. Okay, so when these dry, you're going to be able to see the way the colors mix together, and it makes really beautiful tide marks in the texture. These are all going to be different as well, so it's great to have loads of pages with a selection of marks which we can choose from later on when we're going to use Photoshop. You can also keep adding water to the paint. This is going to add little bits of extra texture to the end result. So for this one, I'm going to start adding a few little splatters of paint, which are going to go really nicely into the marks that we've already made. So another paint which I like to combine with the watercolors is the acrylic gold ink, which I have here. It needs a good shake or a good mix before you use it because it has some really heavy particles of gold in the bottom. I'm going to do exactly what I did before, but this time I'm going to show you how the gold ink mixes with the watercolor and creates a really nice effect. You can see here how the gold kind of spreads into the water and adds some more levels of texture. It also has a little bit of a shine as well, which is really nice. Okay, so for this next one, I'm going to do a technique which is called wet on wet. We're going to actually add some water to the paper first and then allow the ink to just spread out into that water and create its own texture. So you can see here how the colours begin to blend together and create a really nice organic shape and pattern. Again, if we have a selection of these, we're going to have a really nice basis for some items to add to Photoshop later on. You don't even need to use the palette with this ink because the bottle actually has a little dropper inside. So I'm going to show you now how you can just put the ink straight onto the water using the dropper. So the last thing I'm going to show you is super simple and anybody can do it. We're literally just going to make some splatters on the paper. So we're going to take a medium-sized paintbrush for this. Choose a colour, any colour will do. Make sure you have plenty of water as well. And just tap the brush. You can use them in your illustrations. You can literally make patterns with them. You can do whatever you need. Okay, so one last little trick that I'd like to share with you. If you have a bit of excess water on your painting and you just want to get rid of it, I literally use a little piece of paper towel and just soak it up. It's going to dry a little bit faster and change the effect a little bit. The most important thing to remember when you're working with watercolors is to just experiment as much as possible and enjoy it. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. If you have some new ideas or you can find out some new tricks that I've never heard of, please just share them in the comments. We'd love to see them.